So for this one, I'm going to be making a tatted embellishment that's going to go around and have dangly beads that hang down around all the sides. And this one is kind of a burgundy red, and I've actually decided to use burgundy beads as well. So they won't show up a lot, but I'm hoping that they'll just kind of accentuate and make it more interesting. I'm going to be using the ecru thread again, just to make it pop. So let me set this aside. This time I know I want to do beads. I know how many beads I want to use, but I'm not sure exactly how much thread it's going to take. So I'm going to do a different beading technique using my same size 5 needle, size 10 thread, and the beads that I want to be using are these. They're a glass and they're burgundy, but the hole is really small. I already had these, so I couldn't plan ahead to find one that the needle was going to fit in. So once again, this is when the needle won't pass through. This time I'm going to be using a different technique. Instead of threading the needle, starting the tatting, and then having to cut the thread from the ball, estimating my thread use, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to take all my beads that I'm going to use. I decided I'm going to use 9 beads, so I'm going to go ahead and thread those 9 beads onto my thread first before I ever even thread it onto the needle. So after I thread it onto here, I'll just slide them all down. I'll slide them down as far as I think I'm going to use thread. So last time I did 8 feet. This time I'm going to be doing a smaller project. I'll do 6 to be safe. 6 feet down the thread, I'm going to let those beads sit. And then I'll show you what the next thing is. Let me go ahead and thread my beads on, and then I will show you where they're at. Okay, so I have all my beads threaded onto my thread. I'm going to slide it down my thread. That's 6 feet. Then I will go ahead, thread my needle, and start tatting. So I'm going to be making a ring, but I'm going to be making a really big ring. So it's going to be too big for all of my tatting to stay on my needle. So as I finish my tatting, I'm going to slide it off my needle, but not completely off the thread. So that'll make it so I can keep adding to it, and then eventually close that ring and have a very large ring. So I'm going to start it like I normally do, about 12 inches of tail, 2 feet of thread between the needle and where I start tatting. I'm going to do a double stitch. I'm going to do 10 double stitches and then a picot. And when I do the picot, I'm going to do something special. So I will show you what I'm going to do once I get there. Okay, so I'm at 10. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide one of those beads up towards me to use. The rest I'm going to slide further down my thread that's attached to the ball still. So I'm going to leave probably a good 3 to 4 inches of thread for the picot. Right like that. I'm going to slide it together. I'm going to make 10 more double stitches and then do the same thing again. I'm going to keep repeating that until I've used all my beads. So as you can see, I'm running out of room on my needle, so I'm going to go ahead and slide it onto my tail thread, but I'm not going to slide it all the way off to form the ring yet. I don't want to close it. Just going to give myself more space on the needle. Now I have all my beads attached to my large ring. Part of the large ring is actually off of the needle already. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close my ring as if it was all on the needle. So I'm going to slide it off. I'm going to slide it off and put the needle through the tail thread and close it. When I do that, I want to make sure I don't overly tighten the ring. I want to make sure it's as big as I need to put over the top of the pumpkin. Okay, here we go. So after I got the tatted bangles laying the way that I wanted them to on the pumpkin, got everything laying smooth, I went ahead and I knotted the thread ends together, hid the thread ends, and then cut the thread. And now we have a stunning plush and tatted pumpkin. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do, make sure and hit that notification bell because that will make sure that you get notified every time new content is posted. Please also like and comment on this video if you get a chance. That would be great. I'd love to hear from you. And let me know in the comments below what you are doing decoration-wise for the holidays. If you made a pumpkin like this before, if you're planning to. And if you are going to, what color you would like to do, because I really love all of these colors. It's hard for me to decide which my favorite one is. So let me know what you think, what you've done before, what you're planning on doing as decoration wise, and how you're incorporating tatting into your holiday decorations. I look forward to hearing from you in those comments below, and I will see you again next time. Bye!